Good Erev Shabbos, everyone. Erev Shabbos, parsha Bamidbar. Erev Shabbos, which is getting close to Shavuos, getting close to the Shlosh Me'agbola, the 3 days of preparation before the receiving of the Torah. An Erev Shabbos that is living through difficult times. The past couple of weeks have been very difficult for Klal Yisrael. From the Meron tragedy to the bombings, politics, world hatred and anti-Semitism, attitudes within the Jewish people, without the Jewish people, rioting. It's everywhere you turn. There's something going on. There's something else, some other worry. There was a time many years ago that we went through a similar kind of spate of tragedies and of difficulties. And we started saying Tehillim, and many shuls kept up that daily recitation of Tehillim. And at the end of the Tehillim, we said, Acheinu kol beis Yisrael. We said a beautiful prayer. And I think this Erev Shabbos, I just want to spend a little time on this tefillah, just giving us some thoughts that should be in mind when we say these words, because we say these words in many shuls every day, and we forget what we're really meaning. Acheinu kol beis Yisrael, our brothers, kol beis Yisrael, the entire Jewish people. Home de mitzara v'shivya, who are standing within their tzara and shivya, within their pain and their captivity. Home dim bein bayam bayabashad, some are on the yam, on the sea, or whether they're on the dry land. Hamakim yirachim aleim, God should have mercy on them. V'yotziyei mitzar levach, and take them from distress to relief. Ume'afela la'ora, from darkness to light, umishibud legeula, and from servitude to freedom. Hashta bagalov izman karivin omar amen. It's a prayer for the Jewish people. It's a prayer for the Jewish people that are suffering no matter where they are in the globe, no matter where they are in the world. That we ask God that He should listen to their tefillos, listen to our prayers, listen to their prayers, and should turn this whole thing around. But turn it around not only partially, turn it around completely. And that this should be the harbinger of Gala, of Geula, of the redemption. But I think we're saying something else here also. The first thing is we're making a declaration, Acheinu kol beis Yisrael, we are all brothers and sisters. And that if we're going through something, we're all going through it. If we're going through something in Eretz Yisrael, then everybody is going through it. If they're going through something in Sderot, if they're going through something in Ashkelon and Ashdod, then we are all going through it. When we get schlepped out of bed at 2 o'clock in the morning, and you hear the siren and you hear the whoosh, there's a Patriot launching pad right near where I live. And you hear this incredible sound of the whoosh of the Patriots. You're not so worried about that something's going to land here in Modi'in. But you go into your room, into your sealed room, into your bomb shelter. But you remember Acheinu kol beis Yisrael. There's some little girl in Sderot. There's some beautiful father in Ashdod. There are families and people, there are children that are petrified to walk away from their parents. The trauma is all over the Jewish people. And it's not their trauma. It's ours. Acheinu kol beis Yisrael. I downloaded an app which tells you where there is the sirens, and gives you a little additional warning to where you are. But I think it doesn't really work the way I want it to work. And I get every time there is a siren that goes off anywhere in the country, I get a reminder on my phone. So I was going to take the app off, and then I said to myself, "No, I'm not taking that app off. Let my phone buzz every single time." Because it reminds me, It's not quiet. It's quiet here. If I put the microphone by the window, you'll hear the chirping of the birds. Outside's gorgeous. The weather's mamish amazing. But it's not quiet. It's not quiet. There's a tzara in Klal Yisrael. There are people right now that are being, every single minute this thing is going off, they're still shooting. They're still sending stuff. There's still things going on. And it's just a reminder, keep davening, keep them in your heart, keep them in your mind. When you give a little tzedakah, you do it on behalf of all those that are suffering. Because Acheinu kol beis Yisrael, at the end of the day, you say Shabbat, I say Shabbos. You eat chamin, I eat chulent. It don't make a difference. We're all Acheinu kol beis Yisrael. You're religious. You're not religious. You're not even sure that there's a God in the world. Acheinu kol beis Yisrael. We're all part of the same people. And sometimes just those words in themselves are important enough to say. Just a reminder that we're all one. But there are some of us, and the Sunim B'tzara V'Shivas, some of us are so confined, we're so locked up. We're locked up by our blinders, by our hatred. We're locked up by our attitudes, by our prejudices. We're Nesunim B'tzaru B'Shivya. We're confined. We're in tsaras, we're in straits, in such a narrow place. We hate certain types of Jews. We're uncomfortable with others. We're pointing fingers all the time. Some of us are in the yam. We're in the water, drinking the water all the time in the yam shel Torah, drinking the waters of Torah. Some of us are in a bush and parched, dry land. It's like we live in a midbar. Hamakim Yerachim Aleim. God should have mercy on all of us. On those who are lucky enough to have an attachment to Torah, those who are not yet lucky enough, but we all need mercy because we all need to open our eyes. We all need to recognize each other and to be able to see each other and to be able to feel each other and each other's pain. V'yitziyeim, he should take us out, mitzara l'rvacha. He should take us out from our distress to a place of relief. Hamakim, the Mekayim Shalom, the one who's the place of this world. The God whose world the space of his world we occupy. He should have Rahmanas. Rahmanas on the closed ones, on the disconnected ones. On the ones that think they're connected, but they're disconnected. And heal this tzara. Heal this closeness. This aloneness. And give us a revacha. Give us a sense of openness. A sense of love for each other. So that we feel the way we're supposed to feel on Shavuos, ki ish echad b'lev echad, like one person with one heart. When some lady who's not been in shul, maybe ever in her lifetime, is looking out of her window and she sees a bomb hit a few blocks away from her. And clearly it seems and appears like she knows the person that's there and she screams out, Elohim! HaKadosh Baruch Hu should open us all up and make us realize her Elohim and my Elohim is exactly the same. Me'afela la'oira, he should take us from darkness to light. Mishibud, from being enslaved to our lives and to our thoughts. L'ge'ul, and redeemed from them. Hashta ba'agolah, now, speedily. Not tomorrow. Not the next day. Ubizman kariv, quickly. V'noimar omen. That's the best hachana for Shavuos. It's the best preparation for Shavuos. Is to say this prayer just a little slower than we do. and to recognize there are Jews suffering on every level, spiritual, physical. We're going through such a stressful, anxious time. The first way to heal that, Acheinu kol beis Yisrael. We're all one. I love you. I care about you. And I am you. When that attitude changes, so much in the world changes. Because a united Jewish people, a loving Jewish people, are invincible. And the light that comes from such a people is intensely bright. And it can light up the whole world. And that's what brings the geula, the redemption. With all the tsaras and all the pain, there are beautiful things to learn. The person that sends out a tweet to let the people in the South know, just like random. If anybody in the South is having a hard time, it's too stressful for them, we have an apartment in Jerusalem. We have 4 bedrooms. We're never there during the day. We work. You're welcome to come and stay with us. Just contact us, this number. Mika Amchi Yisrael. Who is like your people Israel? My Baldira, the person I rent my apartment from, who's living in America right now, contacted me just to make sure that in the sealed room, in the special room that we have to go into, the reinforced room, that the window closes right and that the door is okay. People care, love each other. That needs to increase. It needs to multiply exponentially. Not only because we're coming close to Shavuos, and that's the condition of how the Torah is going to be re-given every year to the Jewish people, re-given every day, ki ish echad b'lev echad, like one person with one heart. But that's the condition by which we get to see the geula, the redemption. Hashta ba'golo vizman karev. It can happen now if we can come to that realization of Acheinu kol beis Yisrael. We are all one. We should see an ending of these tsaras quickly. We should go from pain and suffering to relief, to light, to joy. We should have the opportunity to feel this as we stand on Monday and receive the Torah. And that this should be the harbinger, the advance of Yemei Mashiach, of Messianic times, and the Geula Shlema, the full redemption that we so pine away for. Everyone should have a beautiful, wonderful, amazing Shabbos, a beautiful, wonderful, amazing Yontif. Those that are sick should be healed. Those that are mourning should be comforted. Those that are lost should be found. And those that are found should be strengthened. And together, we should feel a pride at being part of Acheinu kol beis Yisrael, living in the makom, living in God's place. Shabbos.